Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I am out in the shop. It's Sunday morning. I was hoping to be working on blanks, but you all know how that turned out. So now what I've got to do is find somewhere to put all of this stuff so I can clear off my little work table and find something else to work on. So we're gonna start off by cleaning off that table, and then we'll see where that leads us. I got all the wood off of there. I had that empty bucket. I shoved it in there. Worked out great. I can pull it out of the bucket when I get ready to cut it. And of course, those have to be cut as well. Something occurred to me. I talked yesterday about having a stack of cutoffs here that were too narrow to be used in this particular Chaos glue up. And I carried them all up and put them on top of the shelf up there. And I'm gonna have a few more whenever I trim these when I finally get my belt back. And I got to thinking, why in the heck did I carry those up there and throw them on top of that rack? Why don't I just bring them down here and I'll go ahead and glue all of those up and just have an off-cut Chaos blank from all of my parts and pieces that I've been putting together. So at least I can turn them into something. Otherwise, they're going to sit up there and be in my way for the next, I don't know, 10 or 12 years. I brought all those offcuts back down, laid them here. The offcuts from these will get joined into that pile. And I'm going to go back up there and just dig around. I don't want to get too crazy because there's a lot of stuff up there. You can see all kinds of wood. But I think I might have some more offcuts, that are about, just too small to be an actual pin blank. And maybe I can glue those up and make a new series Chaos blank, because I've always used 3/4 by 3/4 roughly, maybe a little less by the time you square it. But in all of my blanks, even the cutoff ones were all pretty much 3/4 by 3/4. These, I don't know, they're 5/8 by 5/8, some of them a half by a half maybe, just guessing. So yeah, so it might give a nice different little look. You might get a little bit more mixture in the blanks. So I think I'm gonna use them up. I gotta get them out of my shop, and right now they're just in my way. So I'm heading up there to see what else I can find. I'm set up to begin gluing. I've got my table here ready to go. I just gotta go get my glue, not a big deal. I'm gonna split a few blanks over there. We'll use that to cut them to a rough length. And we're gonna start making a pretty cool blank today, I think. This ought to be interesting. Got a lot of different woods to go into this one. I mixed a bunch of woods together and basically just kind of cut them all to roughly the same length. We'll get these glued up and let them dry, and then I'll start making a few more sets of blanks out of those. We may end up cutting this in half, so that we can use it with some of the shorter blanks. Keep as much of them together as possible. I've got my first group of blanks built. I cut them all just roughly to length. We'll get this glued together, get it clamped down really tight so it can dry, and then we'll start making a few more blanks out of these, and we'll see what happens. We may end up cutting this into sections, once we have our table saw back, to be able to sort of mix and match and just really mix them up a lot, which is what Chaos is all about. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how things are going. The first glue up is in clamps, and I've already arranged the second one. So we're gonna get started gluing this one up. My pile is getting smaller. As you can see, I've got blank number 1, blank number 2, and blank number 3. Going to make as many more as I can out of this pile, and I've got this one piece here on the ground, and we'll see what we do after that. Well, I'm calling it for today on these. They're glued up. They really need to dry a little bit, and what I'm going to do is I've decided we'll take the table saw and we'll cut them into sections. Then we'll mix those sections up and attach them to one another to make one single blank, and I'll try to do it in a way where I get a nice square or at least a nice rectangular shape to the blank, so I can get as many blanks out of it as possible. This is gonna be kind of cool because in the past, all of the blanks have been roughly 3/4 of an inch, just a little under. And these are all different sizes, all different thicknesses. So this is gonna produce some really cool looking blanks. You notice that one's smeared up a little bit. I took it out of the clamps a little too early, and it's separated on one section. So I took my brush and globbed it full of glue, and I'm clamping it back, and we're just gonna let these set. I don't think I'm gonna mess with them again until I can actually get the table saw going, because that is the trick. We've got to get them put together in a nice block, and then we can start doing whatever we want with that block. I don't have a whole lot going on right now since I can't cut anything, but I've been working with some of my blanks. These are blanks that were left over from the blank sale. Went ahead and I trued these up. I'm gonna put these into pairs, 2 to 3 in a set, and do the same thing with the others. I'm gonna get these Chaos ones all cleaned up and looking good, and then I'm gonna put them out on my Etsy store. So they'll be out there. That way, if people want to see them in the future, I don't have to do a video. They can go to my Etsy store, they can look, and if they see something they're interested in, great. I will do videos when I come up with new blanks. For example, the stuff I'm working on over here, if these turn out really cool, I'll probably do a video on those and sell them that way. But like I said, I'm just trying to move some of these blanks. I don't need this many blanks, but I need to sell them to be able to do the shows that I want to do this year. Well, I'm about to call it an evening. It's been a great day. Let me talk about some of the things I got done. I got all of these blanks glued up, and they are ready to be cut and chaosed. Over here, I got my booth out because I photographed a bunch of blanks, and I'm going to put them on my Etsy store. And I also began designing a caddy for my bespoke tools. Now, the issue is, after I got it partially designed, I'm not so sure it's the way I want to go. I got to find some way to be able to take all of my bespoke tools and keep them together so that I can set it right beside the lathe and I can just pull a tool, use a tool, and I'm not going all over the shop back and forth, digging the tools off of a table. I need to speed things up just a little bit. It's too inconvenient right now. So I'll be working some more on that. I wasn't able to dial that in, but I got a starting point. I'll probably redesign it at least one more time, maybe 2, 3, who knows. And even if I would have finished today, I wouldn't be able to do anything about it because Old Faithful there is on the ground. So keep your fingers crossed that that belt gets here soon. Okay, guys, that's it for me. Take care. Have a great evening, and I will keep you posted the next time I'm in the shop. Bye-bye.